Hi friends, today we are going to dive into one of the most powerful and fascinating stories from our ancient past. It is a beautiful story about deep faith, the strength of true prayer, and how complete devotion can defeat even the god of death. This is the complete and true story of the great sage Markandeya. Thousands of years ago there lived a very holy man named Sage Murukandu and his good wife Marudmati. They lived a very simple and pure life, always praying to Lord Shiva and doing good deeds. However, they were very sad because they did not have any children for a very long time. To fulfill their deepest wish, they went into the forest and prayed to Lord Shiva day and night for many years. Finally, Lord Shiva was very happy with their continuous prayers and appeared before them in all his glory. Lord Shiva wanted to test them, so he offered Sage Murukandu a very difficult choice. He asked if they wanted 100 foolish and bad sons who would live a very long life, or just one highly intelligent and good son who would only live for 16 years. Without any hesitation, the parents chose the wise and good son. They wanted a child they could be proud of, even if his time on earth was going to be short. Lord Shiva blessed them and disappeared. Soon after, Marudmati gave birth to a beautiful and glowing baby boy, and they named him Markandeya. From a very young age, Markandeya was a very special child. He quickly learned all the holy books and prayers, and everyone who met him loved his peaceful nature. He was deeply devoted to Lord Shiva and spent his time doing good deeds. But as the years passed quickly, his parents grew more and more worried. When Markandeya was approaching his 16th birthday, his parents could no longer hide their pain and sadness. They started crying loudly in front of him. Markandeya gently asked them why they were so sad. With tears in his eyes, his father told him the truth about the divine blessing and explained that his life would completely end when he turned 16. Instead of being scared, panicked, or crying, the young boy stayed perfectly calm. He hugged his parents and told them not to worry at all. He said that birth and death are natural, and he strongly believed that Lord Shiva always protects his true devotees from any harm. Markandeya decided to focus completely on God. He went to the seashore, made a holy Shiva Lingam, and sat down to pray with all his heart. He started chanting a very special and powerful prayer called the Maha Mrityunjaya Mantra. This great prayer is meant to conquer death and build a strong shield of protection around the person chanting it. Day and night, the young boy sat in front of the Shiva Lingam, completely lost in his deep prayers to Lord Shiva. Then came his exact 16th birthday. The specific time for his death had arrived. First, the messengers of Yama, the god of death, came to take the boy's soul. But the power of his prayers and the pure energy shining around him were so strong that the messengers could not even go near him. They returned and told their master that they had failed. This made Yama very angry. Yama decided to come to the earth himself to do the job. Riding on his huge dark buffalo and carrying his deadly rope, which is called the noose of death, Yama appeared right before the young boy. Yama looked terrifying, but Markandeya did not try to run away. Instead, he hugged the Shiva Lingam very tightly, holding onto it, just like a small child hugs a parent in fear. Yama shouted that nobody could escape the rules of time and death, and he aggressively threw his deadly rope to catch the boy's neck. But because Markandeya was holding the Shiva Lingam so closely, the thick rope fell around both the boy and the holy Lingam. The moment the rope touched the Lingam, a massive roar shook the entire earth. The Shiva Lingam split open and Lord Shiva himself emerged from inside it in a very angry and fierce form. Lord Shiva was extremely angry that Yama tried to tie a rope around him and his dear devotee. With his mighty foot, Shiva kicked Yama in the chest, pushing him hard to the ground and then struck him down with his weapon, killing the god of death instantly to save his devotee. Markandeya opened his eyes and was amazed to see Lord Shiva standing right in front of him, protecting him like a solid shield. Lord Shiva looked at the boy with great love and blessed him. He declared that Markandeya would never die and would forever remain a 16-year-old boy for all of eternity. But with the god of death gone, the whole universe lost its natural balance. People were taking birth, but nobody was passing away, which quickly made the earth very heavy and overcrowded with evil and good people alike. All the other gods came rushing down to Lord Shiva and begged him to bring Yama back to life so the world could function normally again. Lord Shiva listened to their prayers and gently touched Yama with his foot, bringing him back to life. However, Shiva gave a very strict warning to Yama that he should never cast his rope on Markandeya or any other true devotee ever again. Yama agreed, bowed respectfully to Lord Shiva, and went away. Because he was blessed with a life that would never end, Markandeya lived on the earth for thousands and thousands of years. He saw many great kings rule the lands and watched many ages pass by. Eventually, the time came for the entire universe to be destroyed so it could be created again, which is a cosmic event called the Mahapralaya. The skies poured endless heavy rain, the oceans rose high, and the whole earth was completely swallowed by dark and deep waters. Markandeya was the only human left alive, swimming alone in this massive, scary ocean. After floating in the water for a long time, he suddenly saw something impossible. Right in the middle of the raging flood, there was a bright green banyan leaf floating peacefully on the water, and resting on that leaf was a beautiful glowing baby. The baby was actually Lord Vishnu taking the beautiful form of a child. The baby was very calm, just smiling and playfully sucking his toe completely unaffected by the huge destruction all around. Markandeya swam closer to the divine child. When he got very close, the baby took a gentle breath and Markandeya was magically sucked right into the baby's mouth. Inside the baby's stomach, Markandeya experienced a great miracle. He saw the entire universe exactly as it was before the flood had started. He saw the blue sky, the shining sun, the tall mountains, the flowing rivers, and all living people safely resting inside the divine child. He realized a profound truth. He understood that during the great destruction, God simply keeps the whole universe safe inside himself to protect it until it is time to create it again. Markandeya walked inside this beautiful inner world for a very long time, feeling perfectly safe. Then the baby breathed out and Markandeya came out of his mouth, landing back into the ocean. He tried to step forward and hug the beautiful baby, but the baby smiled warmly and vanished. Suddenly, the heavy floodwaters were entirely gone, and Markandeya found himself sitting peacefully back in his own small forest hut just like before. He understood clearly that the whole flood was a divine vision shown to him by God to explain how the universe works. Markandeya lived on forever as a beautiful and wise 16-year-old sage. He wrote great holy books and taught humanity that true devotion, pure love for God, and an honest heart can help anyone cross the biggest oceans of fear and sorrow. His powerful life shows us that when we completely surrender to a higher power, we are always protected no matter what happens in the world around us. Thank you for listening to this amazing journey of Sage Markandeya. I hope you love this story. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share this video with your family and friends, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories just like this. Thanks for watching. Om Namah Shivaya.